Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Today on the bench is a little Ferguson black and white TV from 1983. This is the model 38050, 38050. This was quite popular in the day. This was a little portable black and white TV with a tuner here. You just twiddled it here and tuned it in. It's not push button, it's a rotary dial. Got an on-off here, which feels a bit stiff. It's pretty basic. It's really basic. And these were dirt cheap, absolutely dirt cheap. We've got an aerial in here, and we've also got an input for 12 volts here. Contrast, brightness, earphones. We've got a power cord, it's a really long power cord as well. There would have been an aerial here, but that's long gone and is no use now. I'll probably physically remove that from the case because that's actually quite sharp. Yeah, I've checked the plug. I haven't turned it on yet, but I've checked the plug just to make sure it's all good. These had a pretty good picture, and these were used a lot for computers. They were sold alongside 80s computers back in the day, so you could actually buy one of these. In fact, they even used to give them away with video recorders and stuff like that, so they were quite cheap. This one's got a few cosmetic issues. It's been bashed around a little bit. These were quite unloved in the day. They were very useful, but they were often put into a corner and just not used, so many of them should still be in good order. This one I'm not sure about. The picture I saw from the seller indicated that it had lost vertical deflection. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically plug it in here, put it on the dim bulb. That is off. Let's turn it on and see whether it goes bang. Right. Oh yeah, it's cold. It's just come in. But it's not damp. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that's definitely lost its vertical. Let's turn the brightness and contrast down. So at least, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That has most definitely lost its vertical, which is fine. Sounds like the tuner's working, and as you can see, it's actually, let's turn it down a bit. It's actually changing brightness, which it shows that actually the tuner is actually running. So really we've just lost vertical. So what we can do is we can go in there, have a look and see what's going on inside. So that's the label on it. Yeah, 38050. 240 volts, 50 hertz, battery 12 volts. So yeah, it's this was an ultra cheap set. From what I read, they struggled to keep up with the demand. Oh, this has seen some use. Right, okay. Let's put that there. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look further inside this. Okay, so this looks quite high hour. It's a Mullard tube, an 84323W. There we go. 14-inch tube. Again, the dust around that cap there is pretty intense. We've got the Motorola chip there, which drives the whole system. We've got a little transformer here, which I think basically means this is going to be an isolated system, so I might be able to put composite in on this. Got the 12 volts power supply there, tuner, controls, earphone, dinky little flyback. It is incredibly simple, and the reason it's so simple is because of that chip. So this chip here is called the Monomax. It's designed by Motorola, and it pretty much does. Oh yeah, look, we've got a bit of static there, bit of thing. We've got that chip there, which basically does pretty much everything. It does the deflection, it does audio, it does the video processing, it does absolutely everything. So all of these electronics around here are about hooking up everything to that chip, and that chip then drives the deflection coil. And look, there's not even a neck board here. It's basically just connections all the way back down to the chip. The chip literally drives the whole thing. It's a really interesting design. This thing is full of what I can see is as pretty nasty caps. So okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull this board out, and let's have a look on the underneath. So here's the back of the board, and by the looks of it, all of the solder joints look pretty good. So I do think this might be an IC problem, vertical IC, or it could even be the chip. It could even be the chip, because this thing does the whole thing. What we need to do is sort of work out and go through and check a few things. But I don't see any dodgy solder joints at all. We've got something stuck there. If I just... You see that just there? Yeah, that is not supposed to be there. But as I said, this does the horizontal, the vertical, this chip, the whole lot is in that. That's why this board is so small. Let's just... Oh yeah, we've got lots of little bits of... Somebody's been in here before. Right, let's turn it back up the other side. So I haven't downloaded the service manual yet. I didn't really get much of a chance, actually, because it all happened fairly quickly to get this. Yeah, it's pretty manky everywhere. I think all of these caps, first of all, we can give it a clean, but what we want to do is see whether I can test this tube. I'm not entirely sure whether I've got the end for that one. So this is a A34323W. Right, let's go and check my setup guide for the BK467. Okay, so I've checked my tester. I don't have socket 7, and I'm not going to cannibalize it just to test this tube. This isn't worth it, really. I'm just going to try to fix it. It looks bright enough, so we'll soon see. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to check some caps and give this board a clean up, and see how we get on. Okay, so it's looking a bit cleaner. I can actually see what's going on. The chip there is the MC 1300. Sorry, yeah, okay, yeah, it's MC 13002P. I think the 007 is the NTSC version. Looks like we've got a crystal oscillator there, I think. Is that? Something like that, anyway. So yeah, what we're going to do is basically have a little look around at some of these components. I think we'll start over here and actually look at the capacitors and see what we've got. Okay, so I've replaced actually 3 capacitors. 1, 2, 3. They were all near enough dead. So I'm just going to basically put this all back together again. And let's see whether we get some vertical now. Okay, so I've plugged it all back in again. I haven't put the tuner part in because we need to see a full frame first before we can actually do the tuner part. Let's turn that off, put that in. Let's see whether we get anything at all, whether we still get no vertical deflection, or whether we get something now. So here we go. That's off. Yep, there we go. Power. No, we still don't get deflection. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to the transistors. So we're a few days later. I've had quite a lot going on. What's come in is I've got a new MC 1300 2P chip. So yeah, that come from a supplier, brand new. I then ordered some chip sockets, and they sent the wrong bloody ones. Okay, so the board I think is in. Let's see whether I can get this board. There we go. I think it's in there. There we go. So we now have, yeah, I need to change the sort out the channel select on that, but that's fine. Let's turn that down and off, and let's power it up and see whether this chip works. Okay, let's just turn that light off. Here we go. Plug that in, cycle the power. Do we get full deflection? Ready? Power's applied. Here we go. 24 watts. No. We don't get deflection. So it wasn't the chip. And from what I was reading, these chips here have they're reliable, but what they do actually fail with a vertical problem. That's why I bought it. And it was only £3, about $5 to replace it. So that's fine. We've just got to basically keep on going and trying to work out what's wrong with the vertical on this. So it's possible it's not the chip itself. I need to get the scope out. I need to get this in play and have a look. This was a quick and easy hit. I'm going to clean up these legs so then I've got a spare one. And yeah, it was just a really quick, easy try to replace the chip, because of these do have a failure rate with vertical being the main culprit. So sometimes you don't, sometimes you read these things on the internet and actually you win, and sometimes you don't. So what I need to do is basically roll up my sleeves and basically get in and start diagnosing. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I just want to see whether that actually worked. Yeah, no, £3, $5 for a chip. Yeah, I'm not gonna not do that. So okay, cool. Right, let's unplug that. Let's take this apart and scope it out and see what's going on. Okay, so I've been away for about a week or so out of the country, and I've just come back to this TV, and I've just been going round, and I've replaced a few more capacitors, but what I've found is that there was a resistor just there, R69, and this is the resistor here right now, and I've got it on actually connected, and we're getting nothing. So this is what this resistor does. Okay, so this is the Lopti, the flyback transformer, and off of that comes R69 there, and that then feeds into this circuit here, and this circuit is the horizontal. Part of the horizontal anyway. So you've got the field scan coils here. So yeah, so that is open circuit. So I'm just going to go replace that. What I can tell, it's an 80 something ohm resistor, which is quite low. So I'm going to see whether I can find something to replace that. Let me just scroll down. There we go. Where is it? Yeah, R69. It says 82 ohms there. So yeah, so I just need to replace that. And let's see whether we get vertical. Okay, so resistors put in. The old one here, that was open circuit, been replaced. Let's try this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do we get a full raster? We get audio. There we go. We've got it. We've got a raster. Hooray! Right, let's adjust that stuff. Let me put you on the camera. On the camera. Let me put you on the camera stand, and let's start sorting this out. Okay, so I've got a video source plugged in. Let's see whether we can tune this in. This collapse of the horizontal here, I think, is just a misalignment. So let's. Ooh, there we go. We have a picture. Needs adjusting. Do we have audio?
Come on then.
In a minute.
What?
It's very scratchy.
It isn't a leak.
It must be. We're losing power all the time.
No, power's being tapped somehow.
Tapped? What do you mean?
It's just draining away. I don't understand.
Never does. I'm sure it's something quite simple.
You're being very calm about it.
Your move.
Right.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
So yeah, we do have audio. The channel selector is quite scratchy. Let me see whether I can bring up the ISO a little bit on this camera. It's a bit of a new camera to me. There we go. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's about right. So yeah, okay. That's just a VHS tape that's currently playing. Let me try something a little bit more better quality. That is a pretty damn good picture on that. I've got to say, for a little black and white set, that isn't bad. It's a 14-inch set. That's really very, very good, isn't it? I don't think I need to do much with this. Again, I might have to adjust the height, because I fiddle around with the height control a little bit, but that's working just fine. What I'm going to do is clean the pots here, put some contact cleaner into the volume and the power off, on and off switch. That's a pretty damn good picture for a black and white TV. And it actually also seems to be getting brighter, so I don't think this TV has been on or hasn't been even powered up for quite some time. I think it failed quite a while ago, and then it was put into the corner, and then it was then either going to mark for e-waste or was sold on for very little money actually. So yeah, that volume pot is a bit. There we are. Pretty good performer. Pretty good performer. Let me turn the overhead light off. And turn that light on. Very watchable. Looks very dark in the camera, and even a slightly bluish, but it's not. In person, that is actually pretty decent. I could turn it up a little bit. Yep, that picture is getting sharper and sharper and better and better. Excellent. Nice. Really, really nice. Right, let's get this thing back together again.